Good evening. My name is Chris, and I'm a local musician too, but I'm also the executive director of Buckets of Rain. To say that the year 2012 was not a pivotal turning point for Buckets of Rain would be an understatement, because previous to that, we'd done all of our work in food security in Africa and Central America. But that spring, we gave a presentation to a group of retired Methodist ministers in Grand Rapids. And afterwards, a sweet little old lady came up to me and in a voice that made it perfectly clear that she was serious, said, "You guys have got to go look at Detroit." And when a 90-year-old woman does one of these at you and gives you a chore to do, you better get on it. So we did. And when we turned off of Woodward Avenue onto Glendale, in what's actually Highland Park, we were met with a scene of brutal devastation. Overgrown vacant lots, burnt houses, churches, businesses, schools that hadn't been used in decades. So it was a wake-up moment from the Reverend. And so we set to cleaning up that blight and repurposing some of those fields into food production. And 6 weeks later, we were taking our first load of city-grown vegetables to a homeless shelter run by the Detroit Rescue Mission. Detroit's kind of at the vanguard of this urban gardening revolution, so to speak. So the fact that we grow tons of food in the inner city is no longer a TEDx quality epiphany, okay? But what we are aware of now is that there is a possibility for a unique partnership between the inner city health clinics and the inner city food producers like us. We're kicking around an idea that we call clinic to farm to table. Clinic to farm to table. And what happens is a physician will write a prescription to a patient that is uninsured, probably homeless, and has a diet-related health issue. So they write them a prescription for fresh vegetables. The medicine, which is probably the hardest thing to get in a food desert, like the neighborhoods of Detroit have become. So they bring their prescription, their refillable prescription, to our big garden, and we give them a week's worth of vegetables that are geared to their disease state. And while we have their attention, we also reinforce what their doctors have been telling them about the importance of fresh food to a healthy body and lifestyle. By July of this year, we hope to have 3 clinics and 150 patients taking part in the Clinic to Farm to Table initiative. So that's just one more way that Buckets of Rain endeavors to grow hope and feed lives. Let's talk about this again sometime. Thanks for listening.